how narrow or wide should our focus be when it comes to our goals, our career, life in general? Should we narrow our focus as much as possible, or should we keep it wider? Now, there's a different answer for different people, right? It's hard to come up with a generalized answer that fits everyone, but I will try my best to answer this in the most generalized way possible that would fit most people's situations and lives. The thing about focus is that a lot of people assume and feel pressured to narrow their focus as much as possible, to niche down, if you will. And honestly, I have some beef with that. While there is some merit to narrowing your focus and niching down or focusing on a single approach or angle, it's also true that narrowing our focus could actually be limiting us and preventing us from reaching our full potential, reaching the best way to do things, the best way to approach things. And I don't mean perfect, but anyway, so while I do think narrow focus is important in certain aspects, I truly believe that our focus should be as wide as our intention. And I'll just give myself as an example. I've been wanting to be a content creator for years now, a decade. And 10 years ago, everyone in the content creation field would say that you had to niche down in order to be a successful content creator. Anyone I came across online with content creation advice would say that you had to find a niche and basically just create content around that niche repeatedly, consistently, in order to be successful. There was this pressure to narrow your focus in order to create successful content. And that felt like too much restriction. I didn't want to be restricted to a single niche, a single topic. And because I was scared, I chose to believe that I had to niche down. And because I didn't want to niche down, I used that advice, I used that subjective truth of having to narrow your focus as an excuse to not create content, because I didn't want to niche down. I didn't want to narrow my focus to a single topic. So I avoided content creation entirely. I just wanted to create content about whatever I wanted to talk about. I didn't want to narrow my focus. And I guess I was looking for some validation, some proof that I could actually just be me, just share my interests, and become a successful content creator without having a niche. So I just waited for a long time. And a few years ago, content creators started to become successful without a niche. They didn't have a narrow focus, and they were still successful. And that kind of gave me the proof I needed, the validation I needed, that I could be me and still be successful on YouTube. I could talk about various different topics. I could be nicheless. I could be nicheless and still be successful. And once I had that proof that, at least one person was able to be successful without a niche, that encouraged me. That gave me the courage and inspiration I needed. Well, I didn't need it, but I felt like I needed it to actually start creating content about whatever interested me. So, although I don't have a niche, I'm still trying to create content that falls under an intention. I'm still trying to align my videos and content with the intention I have. And the intention I have with this channel is to help people, inspire people, and encourage people to live more in alignment with their authenticity and their life purpose, to have the courage to be themselves, have the courage to follow their dreams, have the courage to just live their dream lives. And that can only happen if I too live authentically, if I too live in alignment with my life purpose and authenticity, if I too better my life and improve my life and strive to realize my dream lifestyle and dreams, right? So my intentions are to role model the way and also experiment and try different things to live more in alignment with my authenticity, to improve my life, to better my life, and to, share that with others. Sharing different philosophical ideas and answering different questions is in alignment with my authenticity. And so whatever I do that is in alignment with my authenticity, that is in alignment with bettering my life, is in the scope of my focus when it comes to content creation. So I don't have a niche, but I do have a direction. I do have that intention as my overarching umbrella that narrows my focus to the scope of my intention. So I could talk about any topic, I could talk about anything, as long as it falls under the scope of my intention, as long as it's aligned with my intention. So if you feel like you're restricted or limited in any way, if you feel like you have to narrow your focus to a very small area, that might be a self-imposed limitation. That might be just societal pressure to narrow your focus. And if you have an intention that requires a broader scope of focus, then broaden your focus, broaden the scope of your focus. Let's say, for example, you have the intention of helping people heal, right? Society kind of puts the pressure on people to become medical doctors in order to heal people, right? So you might feel pressured or forced to become a medical doctor in order to achieve your intention of helping people heal. But maybe becoming a medical doctor isn't the best way for you to heal people. Maybe it isn't aligned with your life purpose. Maybe it isn't something that will resonate with you. You might feel like you aren't actually healing people, but you're just trying to reduce their symptoms by prescribing medications. So if your intention is to heal people, your focus should be as broad as the intention, and you should be more flexible and open-minded and curious about different methods of healing, different healing modalities, right? There are so many different ways we can heal. There isn't a single way to heal someone. So keeping an open mind, trying, experimenting, researching, approaching healing in different ways will allow you to find what works for you, right? It would allow you to find the perfect combination of healing modalities and therapies and approaches that resonates with you the most, that aligns with your intention and heart's desires the most, right? So instead of forcing yourself to limit your focus to a certain approach, keep your focus wide as your intention, and experiment and iterate and research and try different things until you find the combination of approaches that work best for you. You might end up realizing that becoming a medical doctor isn't the best thing for you. You might realize that combining nutrition, Reiki, herbalism, somatic therapies, and becoming like this holistic healer is what is best for you, right? It aligns the most with your life purpose and authenticity and what lights you up and excites you. So, all in all, I think we should strive to keep an open mind and allow for some flexibility and breathing room for our curiosity and creativity, so that we're open to different angles, open to different approaches, and open to finding our unique style, our unique approach that might actually benefit society in a better way. If we can keep our focus as broad as our intention, we might find our signature style, our signature approach. We might have breakthroughs by combining different approaches and angles. And we might be able to make a better impact on humanity and the world by being more flexible, by being more open and curious about different angles that fall under our intentions. So, long story short, what I'm trying to say is don't limit your focus to such a narrow scope. Reflect on what your intentions are, and if your intention is a broad intention, then keep your focus just as broad. That's my current view on focus. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if you think our focus should be more narrow, more wide. If you have any objections to what I have to say. Yeah, I would love to hear what you think. That'll be all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out my other videos. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye.